I V M.
But despite that, I wanted to ask you guys that this movie did so well. So ideally, we should
Hmm.
have had more movies like this, right? So why didn't we get more movies? We got Go Goa Gone,
So
we got
so
Finding Fanny, but
that's the point where the reason why I revere this film and I really think of it highly is because we cannot make a movie like this now. 12 years
yeah.
later, I think we have gone back because we can't think of like even back when it came out, there was a lot of debate about, oh, is this film vulgar? This film is ruining the youth of the nation and all of that. But it still ran in theaters. It did well. It was a hit. Today I don't
Yeah.
think you can release a film like release a song like DK Bose and then not just be banned or be face all the boycott and all that shit. So and actually
Mm.
now that you mentioned it, Urjita, I'm gonna do a little name drop here. But when Rahul Bose came on Saris's show, I asked him the
All
same
right.
question, and Rahul Bose actually said that the amount of English speaking productions in India back when he was like since he started working in the early 2000s, late 90s, he said it's gone down because
Oh.
a lot of people now watch stuff on OTT, so language is not a barrier for them. Like they can use subtitles, they can use whatever dubbing or whatever. But people now want to expand their product as much as they can. I think even till the late 2010s or early 2010s, people were happy reaching out to a niche English speaking audience. But I think now, because there's so much money riding on things, that they want to reach as big a audience as possible. Because I also used to think, यार अब streaming है, streaming में लोग English क्यों नहीं बना रहे हैं? Like there's very little Indian English stuff out there, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know why. I just think it's about reaching as many people as you want, and the
Hmm.
linguistic sort of what do you call, linguistic outlook has changed. That thing has gone where
Yeah.
if you speak in English, it's good content.
Like the flip side of that is Omkara, right? Like not to bring it back to Saif again, but here we are. We're in Saif content territory again. Um, I used noticing that I like light up when I do this every time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is with Omkara, that when Omkara released, Omkara didn't work. Okay,
Mhm.
like I know it's a
Hmm.
movie that people love, but it didn't do well box
Hmm.
office wise.
Right,
And
right,
one of the main factors was the language. Like they were saying that because the
right.
language was very specific to that area, and Vishal
Yeah,
Bhardwaj like stayed true to it, it hurt the film.
yeah.
And it's weird that like
Yeah.
so that and it's almost like if that movie had worked, then maybe things would have you're almost like okay, then we can do whatever, we can get more and more specific. But then Delhi Belly does work in its own
Hmm.
specific way with English, but it doesn't catch on. So it's
But
interesting
to
because
be
Delhi
fair,
Belly's 10th in like
for Delhi
highest earning
Belly
films
though,
that year.
the face of the promotions was Amir Khan. He went everywhere to promote the film. And
Hmm.
secondly, I think the important thing here is the
Mm.
songs were in Hindi.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that played a big part in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also
But
promotion.
they
Promotion
tried
highly
that
promoted.
with Goga Gone and Finding Fanny also, right? Finding Fanny थोड़ा बाद में
But
आई थी, but
Finding Fanny is still very much, I think, for a niche audience. I don't think it was meant for a
yeah.
big mainstream audience.
I
Here,
didn't
it
love Finding Fanny, Wasn't I didn't resonate with
I
it.
think you're
Like
not
I
a
don't know.
homie Ajania guy, Karan. You didn't like Cyrus being Cyrus.
I
You
like
didn't
being
like Finding
Cyrus. I
Fanny.
like being Cyrus. I just didn't like the dialogue in it. I like being Cyrus, but I didn't like
Hmm.
Finding Fanny
Okay.
because I was like, yeah, this they won't speak in
I
English or
haven't
like
seen Finding Fanny, so I can't
Finding
judge
Fanny,
yeah.
on that.
I also didn't like it, but I'm just like thinking in terms of कि अच्छा ये same genre है. मतलब इंग्लिश में बात
Correct.
कर रहे हैं प्लस लाइक नीश ऑडियंस के लिए सो दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक दैट इट
What's
कैन
the
बी
other film you mentioned? Finding
गो
Fanny
Go
and
गोआ
Goa
गॉन
Gone.
गो गोआ गॉन
That one worked,
Go Goa Gone, I
right?
think
That did
is
well.
a good example. But then Goa, see again, there is this thing, right? So Go Goa Gone, maybe the funniest line was कि accent तो नकली से था मैं दिल्ली का हूँ भैंचोद. You know, so I think even there. So I was reading a Raja Sen review of Delhi Belly from 2011, and he mentioned in the review that even for the English film, the biggest laughs are the Hindi lines. And this is a thing that
Mm.
Urjita VS comics face all the time, right? Like कि अरे तुम्हारा सेटअप इंग्लिश में था बट पंच लाइन के लिए हिंदी बोलना पड़ता है बिकॉज लाइक द for whatever reason we
Mm.
the Hindi, the colloquialness of it is what is true to us. So
या
even here, the reason Vijay Raaz is the most impactful character is because he's the Hindi guy, if I can put it that way.
Mm. Like
So I don't know. Even
Lundri is the funniest line, the funniest
exactly, yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
I found some of the English lines really funny. I mean, yeah, maybe it's just because I love like the
Of
Veer
course,
Ras
yeah,
line
yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like, right before you cut his head, the goat thinks it's going for a walk in the park.
Yeah,
Was like
yeah,
one of
yeah.
my favorite lines. Because he's talking about Imran Khan saying, "No,
My
I'm happy. Do want to get married." And he's like, right before the goat gets his
my
head cut, he
my
thinks he's walking
my
in the park.
favorite line was when they are all in his car and Kunal Roy Kapoor says to Imran Khan, "Look, I know this is your dowry, but it's an ugly car. It's like if a donkey fucked a rickshaw."
Yeah.
I thought that was
I
very
also,
funny.
Yeah.
I also love "Did you wash your ass with my juice?" Which is like
I,
that.
I won't be able to drink orange juice again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
at the end you see him drinking orange juice in the balcony when they're standing.
Bro, the
Yeah.
amount
Also,
of loop closing, they're obsessed. They were like closing like an infinity amount of loops in this.
Yeah.
the
Oh.
funniest bit, it always makes me laugh, is when in the jewelry store they are in a burqas and Veerdas is waiting for them, and this guy brings juice and water, and he picks water and he tries to
And he's
drink
like,
it,
Yeah.
forgetting
Oh
that his
shit, I
face
didn't
is
notice
covered.
that. Oh fuck, I didn't notice that. Oh
Yeah, he brings juice and water. वो juice
oh.
लेने जाता है, but he stops. He's like, no, can't drink orange juice. Then he takes
yeah.
water and tries to
I
drink it and
love
spills it.
I love the bit where like Imran Khan he shoots at someone and then he goes to put the gun in his pant and it burns him because of course it would, like, it's still smoking. So he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love little
Yeah.
moments like that where they take a regular trope. It was very like 22 Jump
Yeah.
Street, if you remember. Like Jonah Hill and Channing
Yeah.
Tatum are trying to blow up this van, and the explosion just never happens as cinematic as they think. So they keep waiting
Yeah.
for it to blow up, and they're like, "Arey, this was a tiny explosion." So I love that
Yeah.
as like they did this a lot in this movie where they take a cliche
Because
and they flip it.
in that movie, I think Jonah Hill was actually respecting his own boundaries.
Oh my god. Jonah Hill. I forgot. I totally forgot about that, you know. Uh,
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we've been speaking for about 90 minutes. We have to wrap up soon. My producer is going crazy. She has important things to do in her life. So, just a couple of small things I want to mention. The character who's playing, I mean, the actor who's playing Poona Jagannathan's ex is an actor called Rahul Singh. He was also in Zubeda. Do either of you remember this Eno ad that he did because of which he got famous? Where he essentially is talking to the camera and he's like, एक तो एसिडिटी और गैस, ऊपर से ससुर जी कह रहे हैं एक और लड्डू, and then the screen washes over with Eno and is like, लड्डू हो जाए लड्डू.
Yes.
So just
Yes. I
closing the
remember.
loop on the flatulence.
Wow.
he's always
Amir,
been involved with poop. So, you know.
there was apparently plans to do a spin-off to this called Disco Killer, where Amir Khan was going to play Disco Killer. It was going to be a spoof movie, but it never took
Bro,
off.
I'd love that.
If you
That would be awesome.
if you see even in this movie, when the last song, I Love You Like I Hate You, fades off, there is a sing coming soon, Disco Killer, played by Amir Khan or some such, but that never took off. The alternate casting for this, initially Ranbir Kapoor and Chitrangada Sen were approached for this.
Chitrangada
Ranbir in
Singh.
Imran Singh, I'm sorry. So Imran in Ranbir in Imran's role and Chitrangada in Poona Jagannathan's role. Do you think it would have been a different film? Do you think it would have been a
Yeah,
bigger
it
hit
would have
if
been a
that had
different
happened?
film. I
Yeah.
think it would have looked
Karan
and
doesn't seem
felt
convinced.
slightly mature, slightly more
Wait,
mature.
so
but
we're
then
saying
वो
Ranbir
थोड़ा
Kapoor and
essence चला
Chintangana,
जाता.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ranbir. So it's weird, right? Ranbir and Imran have always been kind of like they kind of came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And they also
Correct.
have this. I think Imran Khan was being considered for Wake Up Sid. I remember that being a thing. Like
Yeah.
they approached Imran Khan first
Okay.
for Wake Up Sid, and then eventually went with Ranbir because they were
I
like,
think
that
this
kind
can
of.
be that meme. Imran can do Wake Up Sid, but Ranbir could never do Delhi Belly.
I thought you
I-
would say the ulta. Ranbir
Really?
Kapoor could do Delhi Belly,
I
but
think
Imran could never.
I think the man-childness of Ranbir that he captured in Wake Up Sid, that method acting that he's still doing,
Yeah.
is great for Wake
The
Up Sid.
method act.
I feel if Ranbir Kapoor did Delhi Belly, then Veerdas and Kunal Kapoor would not shine as much. He would have
That's a good point.
overshadowed them. He would
Correct.
have
Correct.
overshadowed them. And I think
Yeah,
Ranbir
yeah.
Kapoor would have more funny lines in the movie. They would have added more lines for him and more personality also, I feel.
Correct. We didn't speak about Purna Jagannathan, but I just want to say quickly, she's an Indian actress who's worked a lot abroad. She's been in Law and Order. She's been in the new Netflix show Never Have I Ever, and she has a huge,
Yeah.
long list of acting credits. I think Veer Das's girlfriend is played by Mansi Deshmukh, who's also a great theater actor. Her fiance is played by Zafar Karachiwala, who gets that one scene. I think he plays an asshole really well.
So
Yes,
good.
And
yes.
even
So good.
in the
He
Jaa
does
Chudel song, yeah,
this.
when he
He
just
does this.
does this and starts dancing, I
You
thought
know
that
where
was
you know
really,
where we
really
have
sweet.
seen him before? The very
I've seen him in a
popular
lot of
TV
things.
show
Hip
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 Hooray.
Hooray. He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
well
yeah.
known for that. He played
Yeah,
Rafe in it, which is such a cute
correct.
character. But yeah,
And
Great
he's
line
not
about
growing
you
old.
mean Chacha Chaudhary. You mean Chacha
Uh,
Chaudhary?
yeah.
Oh, great. So
And
good.
it was such a written character, Mansi Deshmukh. She was like, so I hope tum apni I hope you do big things in your cartoonistry or whatever word she uses.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
by the way, my husband, my fiance is a software engineer in Canada. And of course, the popular trope that a girl will always choose an engineer, NRI engineer over a cartoonist, an artist. It's very funny.
रहना है तेरे दिल
I
में
think
call back.
it's
Fine.
a very I mean, when I look back at this film, it's almost like when comedians look at their early material where they're trying to be edgy and cool. It has a
Yeah.
lot of that vibe, but somehow
Yes.
it has a certain innocence to it also. I
Because
still love
Delhi
the
Belly
line where go
Delhi
ahead.
Belly, no, because the producers of Delhi Belly, like, brother, you can go wild. And the writers were like, yes. Because उन्होंने
Yeah.
सब डाल दिया भाई उन्होंने लेस्बो भी डाल दिया मूवी में कोई जरूरत नहीं थी ओ
Uh,
सो यू आर लेस्बो यू किसिंग अ गर्ल उधर भी ये भी लूप क्लोज कर रहे हैं कि अच्छा बुरका में दे आर किसिंग एंड हर हस्बैंड looks at her and he's like oh my god she actually is a lesbo.
That was Amir Khan's also again. I think Amir Khan, you know how he was shitting on mainstream. It was also his thing about gossip and how it like celebrity gossip. Because she says that about one person to Purna's character,
yeah,
then she
yeah,
says
yeah,
about
yeah.
Purna to someone else. So it was like very much a commentary
Hmm.
on that.